Welcome back to Conversations on a Bench. Now I have my friend Scott with me. And Scott, how long have you been around the open door?
About 20 years.
20 years. You don't look that old.
Thank you.
So, and you have some expertise with bicycles. You've been helping us with bicycles.
I started building bikes when I was about 6 years old.
Building them from just pieces parts or messing with them to
Building
back
them
together?
from scrap. I got my start.
There we go.
Same with my first car, my first motorcycle, first snowmobile.
So just about everything.
Yeah.
Anything that moves.
Well, if it had a motor, I was interested. Those were the days.
Do you have motorized bikes too?
I build motor assist pedal bikes.
Yeah.
I don't happen to have any right now.
No. So one thing you and I had talked about a few days ago was the trouble with affordable housing.
Yeah, in the last 5 or 6 years, I've noticed that they're tearing down all the affordable housing complexes and tenement buildings and not replacing them. And when they do replace them, they say that it's affordable, but it's $800-900 a month, and that's really not low income, is my opinion.
So it might be affordable for someone, but it's
Right.
not affordable for many.
Affordable for a Dow exec, maybe someone who's got a high-paying job.
So how long have you been in Midland? Or Midland County, anyway?
Off and on all my life. But this time I've lived in Midland about 9.5 years.
So were you born in this area?
I was born in Clare, grew up in Coleman, and then all over Michigan.
But you would consider Midland County your home?
Yeah.
So it would be reasonable, for sure, that Midland County should have housing that you could afford to live in.
You would think. It used to be, when I first moved back here from Washington State, there was several tenement buildings and rooms to rent, and you didn't have to rent a whole apartment by yourself. You'd share a building with several people. It wasn't always pleasant, but it was affordable. And you had a roof over your head. You didn't have to sleep in the cold.
And I know two off the top of my head that we have in town now, but you said there were more before that?
It was like 20.
Oh, wow. That's a lot more.
Yeah. And there was even like kitchenettes and small two-room houses, reasonably priced, $500-600, where you could room with somebody and split the rent.
Right.
And it was comfortable.
Sure. Wouldn't price you out. So do you feel like, I know housing prices are tricky because as the value goes up for people's houses, if they live in them and they have a mortgage and it's stable, it doesn't affect their payment. It only affects their value. But the problem comes in when people are looking to pay rent, because if the value of that house goes up, then the value of the rent goes up and it prices people out. And so I think it becomes very tricky. It's not like we can just necessarily say, hey, we're going to lower the rent. Like you said, we almost need different kinds of housing.
I would certainly not want to slander any of the landlords in Midland, but there are a couple that the places are really, really not that good, and the rent is really expensive.
Yeah.
It's $700 for a one room with a bathroom attached.
But it's just not. It's not a great place, but definitely a large.
Not a good place and a lot of money. And the one place that I lived in over on the other side of town, the heater stayed on year round. In the middle of the summer when it was 90, 98 degrees, the heat was running the whole time. You could not cool off. You had to go outside. I
And then,
ran 3 fans.
and you were probably paying for that too.
Oh yeah, I had to pay electricity,
Hmm.
water.
Yep, that becomes problematic for sure.
I had help, but that didn't work out.
So why do you keep coming back here
Back here to
to,
Midland
to
or
the open door?
oh, to the open
What
door?
what makes you come back?
Ah, the camaraderie, the friendship. I love to work on bikes. It's like therapy.
Mm,
And so if I get a lot of work, there's always somebody needs something done.
sure.
And you guys have been good to me, so at least everything I can do to repay you, it's no problem.
Good to have friends.
Exactly. Good to have people that are caring.
Well, and I know that Bob was going to help you with some of your paperwork that needed to be done, and Bob Hardy.
Yeah,
And he doesn't work here. He just was a friend, right? Said
right.
he was going to help you, and I think that that's beautiful. When people have friends that say, "Hey, I think you could benefit from something else that I'm going to help you with."
Our association started with both of us living here.
Really?
Yeah. It was in a long-term back house program.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Back then they had like a year deal. You could be in the back.
And Bob mentioned that I was talking to him earlier today, and he mentioned that there was a time, even years ago in Midland, where finding a job was hard. He's like, you couldn't find a job to be a dishwasher because he was talking about how he had gone someplace else looking for a job. But, I think some of this stuff, it compounds. If you don't have something to do and you don't have someplace to live, then you're stuck.
I'm 65 years old, and no one will hire me. It's a combination of a few things. My age, they're afraid of the health risk.
Mm,
They don't want to pay out exorbitant amounts of insurance.
sure.
And my record as a criminal, I got into a lot of mischief when I was younger.
Follows you.
Oh, and it does. Follows you everywhere. You can never outrun your record.
Unfortunately, but sometimes when we're young and stupid, we don't think about that before we do it, right?
Exactly.
But I think that's where even things like having friends like Bob, who says, "Hey, I think I could, if you followed this step, maybe we could get you a little bit more to help you with that rent situation."
I've been considering it for a long time, filing for my Social Security.
Mm-hmm.
But I was in the past. You only got $311 a month. That you can't even pay rent with that. Nowhere.
It's true.
And how's a person supposed to live after that?
Mm-hmm.
And I would still be dependent on charities and functions and the open door and everyone else to support me. And I don't like that.
Yeah. Well, it is hard when you're 65 years old, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And I'm afraid it gets harder. That's part of the thing I was just talking about with, um, you know, when you first came to the open door, and even now, because you're still in good health, that things like going up and down the stairs or whatever aren't a big deal. But, as people age, it's going to start to become a big deal. Or as, like another one of our friends who used to come here with 2 legs and now has 1, it becomes hard to get up the stairs. Um, and knowing that our population in general is aging and wondering what are we going to do about that in the long run.
My body tends to disagree with that last statement. Going up and down the stairs is a problem.
Is it?
It's not fun at all. But I have to do it. I have to be able to get around. So, and I don't complain. There's no
No, you
point.
don't.
No point in it. Doesn't make anyone feel any better, including myself.
Good word. Good word. So what do you think's next for you, Scott?
I'm thinking about Virginia.
Virginia. Why Virginia?
Warm year round.
That's true. They got gators though.
I love
bugs.
gator tail is some of the best eating I've ever had.
Snakes and bugs don't bother you either?
Eh, I'm not happy with big spiders. And they have some other little bugs that can put a hurting on you too.
That's true.
The ticks down there, the size of a dime,
Oh boy.
they're huge.
Have you been there before then?
Oh yeah. Been in every state in the United States except two, Alaska and Hawaii. You can't hitchhike to Hawaii.
Oh, you can't.
Kind of difficult. And I've seen enough snow that I don't really need to go to Alaska. And they have wolves and bears there too.
Yeah, they'll kill you, right?
Well, they're worse than gators. They'll come right after you and eat you.
Yeah. So do you have people there?
No. I still have friends in Washington State. I don't hear from them very often, but we still write back and forth. And they want me to come back
To Washington.
to Washington
That's
State.
expensive to live there too.
Greater Seattle area. But I was never out of work. I could quit a job one day and be working at another one the next. And not miss a beat. My biggest problem with that was that you have to be able to drive, and I don't have a driver's license.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that I got in trouble for. So I have to depend on either other people for a ride, the bus system, or my boss, whoever I'm working for. Which, when I was there, it wasn't a problem.
Yeah, the bus system here is not so good.
Yeah, the bus system, it stinks, literally. They have two buses with a bicycle rack on the front of it. And I only ever seen one. Never seen the other one. They say they have two.
It's there. It's a mirage.
Yeah. But they should have one on at least half of their buses. Because it makes it so much easier to get around. You get off the bus, get your bike, go tool around, do whatever you got to do. You do your shopping, and you can make it back to the bus stop in plenty of time to catch your bus.
Yeah. And that makes sense too, because you and I both know that the people who rely on bikes for transportation often also rely on the bus system, so the two should kind of go together anyway.
Every other city that I've lived in has bike racks on the bus.
It's a good word. I have to work on that. We'll have to call City Hall and tell them the next thing we need are bike racks on the bus.
Doesn't do any good to call dialer on it. Well, they'll hit you with a tardy and overcharge you.
That does happen, doesn't it?
Yeah. They can be 20 minutes late, but you have to be 20 minutes early.
Kind of like going to the doctor.
That's a 40-minute sit down.
It is.
And when it's winter, it's no fun.
No, it's not. But that's a good point. You know, with our current bus systems, whether it's dial-a-ride or whether it is county connection, you have to schedule in advance. What happens if you don't show up?
No show. You still have to pay, and after 3 no-shows, they can fine you and deny you rides on the bus.
What happens if you made your call in advance and made your bus route or bus ride plans, and then 2 hours beforehand, the place you were going calls and cancels? What happens to your bus ride?
You have to call at least 1 hour in advance to cancel. And if it's after 5:30, forget it. You're just going to get a no-show. Whether you tried to call or not, it doesn't matter.
So it is definitely not user-friendly.
No. Well, you know, the bus drivers are friendly, and
Right.
And it's good transportation when it's good.
But when it's not.
When it's not, it's not.
Right.
And things like that happen. You have people cancel or plans change. You never know. Something might come up.
Your work schedule could change. Your doctor's appointment could change.
All of the above.
Yeah. How soon in further in advance, how far in advance do you have to call to make a bus plan?
Well, you're supposed to call a day in advance, but a lot of times if you call an hour in advance, they'll try to accommodate you.
Okay. So that's one positive, right? They try to accommodate you.
If they had a bus route that ran the general directions, two different directions through town, and had a bus rack on or a bike rack on the bus, it'd be a sin.
Right, because you could just get on. Whoever's at the bus stop gets on, right?
Right.
Yeah, and that's what they do in many other places. I think they do that in Saginaw.
Still charge you the same amount, but you're taking a regular route
Right.
instead of calling and giving them an address to be
Sure.
carted to.
So in that way, again with a bike, like if you knew you had to go to I don't know, if you had to go to Walmart, but the bus only took you there to the corner where Joe Mann and Eastman. You could get off there, you could get on your bike, you could ride to Walmart.
Yeah.
Seems like it makes sense to me.
Or Harbor Freight or the movie theater.
There you go. All those places. So transportation, according to the little things they did at United Way, transportation is an issue. Housing is an issue. Anything else?
I just ride my bike. Winter, spring, summer, fall, rain or snow. I don't count on the bus no more.
Has it been pretty safe for you, do you think?
No.
Not at all.
I've been ran down, hit, bumped. I've had people call out obscenities threatening me because I was riding on the road. And it's winter and it's slippery and they're afraid. I don't blame them for being angry, but what am I supposed to do?
Right.
I'm not going to walk. If I can ride a bike,
and
ride my bike.
We know Dan got hit, and there was someone else recently. Can't remember who it was. Someone else got hit on their bike, so it can be a dangerous thing.
I've been hit 7 times.
Yikes!
The last 3 years.
Well, I'm glad you lived.
Yeah, I normally when I see it coming, I jump.
Get out of the way.
I run somehow, but I've still been knocked down, ruined my bike. One guy with a brand new Mercedes
hit your bike?
SUV. Nailed me at it. He was at a stop sign. It was my turn to cross. The crosswalk thing came on. Yep. I started out and pow, ran right into me, knocked me down. I got up, I drug my bike over to the curb, and he split. Didn't even stop.
I'm sorry. That's terrible. We got to do better. We got to do better because that's respect.
I prayed for him.
Well, that's respect, right?
Yeah, you would think.
Part of caring for our neighbors is we respect them, and if we hit somebody, we stop.
Look, dude, I don't want to sue you, but you could pay for my bent rim and maybe compensate
or at least
me a little bit.
Stop and help you up, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Be nice about it.
Yeah.
Concern.
Exactly. And again, I think that's one of the things that makes the Open Door different than a lot of places.
Yeah, you always see a smiling face. You run into people that you can associate with on a regular basis. So it makes it nice to have conversation, a cup of coffee, and have something to eat, relax for a few minutes in the warmth.
So we can yell at each other sometimes, but we always make up.
Yeah.
It's not roses around here.
Yeah, I try not to let it carry through or follow me around.
Yeah.
So to speak. I get over things quick. I try not to get angry anymore. I used to have a real problem with it, so I have to keep that in check.
Yeah, it's kind of like complaining, right? It doesn't tend to do you any good. It can do you some harm.
Yeah. Makes things worse usually. Yeah. Once you start venting, you can't stop.
Yeah, it is kind of like, you open the gate and all the horses are running out. Very true.
I think I would have used chicken.
Yeah, chickens are hard to catch. Or cats, right? Like herding cats.
Yeah.
Too much.
Black Angus cow. They got to be the dumbest bovine I ever was.
You have
I say that,
experience with
you know,
them?
they can get through a hole in a fence this big. A big, I mean, a 400 or 500 pound cow will work its way through a fence just to go over and munch on the grass on the other side of the fence.
I heard sheep are worse at being stupid.
I don't know. I've never raised sheep.
Only stupid cows, not stupid sheep.
Well, let's not go
Okay,
there.
that sounds good.
I couldn't. No point.
Okay. Well, thanks for coming by and chatting with me. I got a few other guys that are wanting to chat, so
But it's nice to know that my voice will be heard. Hopefully, someone hears me.
I agree. And I think if we tell the stories and we talk about the things that are um, causing problems, not just for you, but for many other people, then hopefully someone hears and says, let's change that. And, that was one of the things, even with United Way's chats. They did these community chats. Did you go to any of those?
I used to.
Well, they did one recently. And the things that you're saying are the same things that came up there. And maybe they're the same things that have been coming up for years. I don't know. But at least there is some attention to say, what can we do about this?
I have a vague memory of going to one of the meetings and trying to get a word in and having them ignore me and go all the way around me. And because I'm not a big wig in town, I don't really count. That's the way I felt.
Well, these ones were held right here at the soup kitchen.
Hmm.
So there was one that was last year in the soup kitchen because they were literally asking questions from our friends about things like transportation, about things like housing costs, food insecurities, and those sort of things. So,
Yeah, I had a brief separation from living in the open door. I took a job. I had to bop around a little bit. I went to a couple of different states, and when I got back, yeah, everything was still the same.
well, we try, right?
A couple of things had changed. The director was different.
Was that before Renee?
It was after.
Oh, so you were gone when Renee left, and then here I was.
Right when she left. I left for a while. Not because she left, but just that was
happened to
when
coincide.
when the opportunity arrived. I got to go.
There you go.
It isn't that I won't work and I don't like to work. It's that I can't get regular work. I would love to have a 9 to 5 job. And I would be willing to work at McDonald's anyway. They just won't hire me. I've even went to classes to learn how to make a resume.
Really?
Not a cut through the open door.
Hmm.
And jobs to stay.
Oh, Jobs for Life?
Jobs for life.
Yeah.
And I learned how to make a resume. It was great. I turned the resume in, didn't do any good. But I had a couple of nibbles. That's about it.
But nothing that's been sustaining.
Right. I will say that some of the people that have hired me to do side jobs have went up above and out of their way to be friendly.
Good.
And do good things for people.
And I think we've got some good people around here that are always willing to try to offer that hand up to say, let's do this together and pick people up and that sort of thing.
I worked for a landscaping company a couple of years ago for the fall during cleanup. And Seth was a really cool guy. I believe him and his wife go to church every Sunday.
Well, and she's here all the time.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you got to stop in someday. She's She's a long timer.
I've never met her.
No?
At least maybe I have and don't realize.
That maybe. Maybe.
I don't associate most people with each other
Yeah.
unless they're together.
Yep, Miss Ruth. She's here a lot. Works in the kitchen.
Awesome.
So in fact, she's going to sit down and talk to me tomorrow.
I'll have to have somebody point it out so I can
Yeah.
shake her hand.
Yep, she would like that. Well, good deal.
Well, it's been nice chatting.
It's been nice chatting with you. Thanks for coming by.
No problem. Have a pleasant afternoon.
Thank you. You too.